So today's video is going to be on how I pretty well use all-purpose sand in my aquariums. You can use play sand or pool sand. Well, due to this virus outbreak, stuff is getting hard to get at my local hardware stores, so pool filter sand is out of the question. Nowhere to be found in my county and the surrounding counties, not even at Walmart. And I did order some, so I'm sure you're thinking, why didn't you order some? Well, it supposed to be in on a Thursday, and they said that it didn't get shipped, and it might be the next Thursday. So I went ahead and picked this up. It's a little bit different color than I'm used to, but I have used it before, and it does good. So I will show you pretty well how to prep your sand. So stay tuned and enjoy. To get your sand ready, you need a bucket. You can do this in the house if you're in an apartment with a zinc, but it is quite messy. The all-purpose sand ain't as messy as the play sand though. And this is the sand grain we got. It's all different colors, and it's a pretty good grain. So let's go ahead and fill a bucket up with some of the sand. So this is pretty well the grainage of the sand. It's quite soft. It does got a few little sharp bigger type sand, but for a cichlid, I think this will do pretty good, especially a good size one. The smaller ones might have a little trouble sifting through this, so it might be something you want to look out for, but I think that's a pretty sand. It's kind of a natural sand. So let's get it washed and put in the tank. Just like so, and then we go to the next step, which involves a water hose, or if you're in an apartment or something, your bathtub, and some running water. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up. By the way, the cost of this sand at my Lowe's was $4 and something, so $5 a bag, and it's 14 L, so that's almost 50-pound bags of sand. Should be plenty enough to do a 55-gallon or plenty tank, unless you want a little extra more. So cheap you can get 2 bags. So we got the water hose, or if you're in a zinc, you just want to pretty well, wet it, and then, let the skim of it just flow out. And you want it pretty well clean, because all this shit will be in your tank. You don't want that, so you need to clean it good. So we're just gonna let it overrun just like so. And mine's going in my concrete, but that's no biggie to wash off. It's only sand. Now this could take a few washes, and what this mostly is dust and small particles of sand, and we want all that out. Every few minutes, take your water hose out and dump it a little and check it. As you can see, this is a sand, and it's still quite dirty, so we need to wash it more. I tell you what, pool filter sand, if you can get it, guys, it don't take half the amount of cleaning or time that it takes to prep this. So I'm going ahead and clean this a few more times, and then I get back with you. You can see the sand now, and if we shove the water hose in it, this is about my 5th time washing it, probably about 15 minutes. This sand is good to go. It's nice and clean. You can see down in there. So we can go ahead and dump these fine sand particles. That ain't nothing we have to worry about. And it's pretty well ready for the tank. So I'm going to go ahead and add this and clean the other ones, and then I'll show you the end result. Also, don't leave your water running while you're doing this. So most of the water is pretty well settling. I could probably give us a couple more hours and this would settle, or stop my filtration if I had it in, and it would settle it down. But I'm just going to polish the water before I scape it, and so I can get a better view of everything. So you can use this a couple different ways. I'm going to show you how I do it. I got a sponge in this tank. So I'm going to take the sponge off this and just use this sponge filtration pot and a mason jar. So let me go ahead and get that out. What I did was take the sponge off and pretty well just stuck this down in there, and used the mason jar and the polyfill as the sponge in its place. Now I'm going to go ahead and take and set this mason jar down in this tank and let it do its job. This will clean your substrate and act as a gigantic polisher. So let it set a few hours and you'll be amazed at what it cleans out. So this is the filter in action, and I ain't got my lighting set up like this yet over on this 55 lacking system, the triple stack. It's still kind of a mess right now, but you got to get everything set up, and you know that don't happen in just one day. So if you look real closely at this filter, you can see it's actually sucking fine particles down in it, and what this bubbles is doing is creating a vortex. So it sucks it all down into the polyfill, and then it comes on up. Now this is non-toxic. You want to make sure you get the one that ain't got the mold inhibitors and all that in it. You want to make sure it's pretty well non-toxic. You can get it in the craft section. People make stuffed animals and all kinds of different crafts with it. But a mason jar and that looks pretty good. So we give it time now and come back, and hopefully I have escaped and hit the field on up, and we'll call it good. So this is the sand installed after we cleaned it. I do got a homemade polisher filter going on here. If you want to see how I make these, let me know in the comment section below. If I ain't a link in the description, if I forgot to put one in there, I will get you that link, because I will be uploading a video on how I make these. It's cleaning all the sand that we might not, you know, it's cloudy because we added this new substrate and it's in the water column, so that's pretty well cleaning it, and it's doing a great job, as you've seen before in the previous video, well, previous clip before this one, if I remember, and sticking it in there. Shot a lot of videos today, guys, but all in all, turned out great. I actually do like this sand. It's a little bit different sizes. It's a little bit coarser than what you would see play sand or pool filter sand, but I think it'd do good for the stocking ideas I got for this. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to drop me a like, leave me a comment, you know, let me know what you're working on, how you found this video and stuff. So show your support for my channel by smashing that subscribe button, and stay tuned because I have tons more videos coming. And this is just one of many. I do how-to videos on automotives and fish videos sometimes. It's on Telm. My channel is pretty much my channel, and I pretty much try to do it all. So stay tuned. See you next time.